Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here. My name is Faith and today we're going to be talking about things that you should know before doing mini twists. It's been a while since I've done another mini twist video and you guys have been waiting on that, so I've got I think 8 tips for you guys. I got it on my phone and I'm gonna go into detail. Let's get right into our list. Okay, the first thing that you should know before doing mini twists is how to rope twist. I did make a TikTok, I'll actually put it on the screen, of how to rope twist. And it's not just like regular twisting where you just take a piece and just twist them together. You actually want to take one piece of your hair and twist it before you cross it over, twist it before you cross it over, and that just helps to keep your twists neat and stay together, and it prevents them from unraveling. And when you're doing mini twists, the last thing you want is to have a bunch of your twists start unraveling. You really want them to stay together. The second thing that I would want you to know before you start doing mini twists is to do them on clean and hydrated hair. So do it on freshly washed hair, or even if it's the next day or even 2 days, but anything more than that you really don't want to do twists, especially on like already dirty hair or hair that already has a ton of old products or gels. You don't want to do that. Chances are you're leaving your mini twists in for a while, especially if you're doing like mini minis like the ones I have. I just have them in a little braid right now. You want to do it on freshly clean hair because you're going to leave them in for a while and you want your hair to be as clean as possible and as hydrated as possible. I know a lot of people do mini twists on like blown out hair or stretched hair. I've done it on stretched hair, but usually hair that's stretched overnight that I moisturized the night before. I don't want to do mini twists on blown out hair, and I don't really suggest it just because you are twisting up dry hair and your hair is going to be super dry if you leave that in for longer than 2 weeks. You're kind of locking in dryness. Like, mini twist is supposed to be a protective style, one that holds moisture and hydration. Doing a protective style on dry hair kind of defeats the purpose. So do it on clean hair and do it on hydrated hair, especially if you're doing mini twists for growth and not necessarily just the look. The third thing to know before doing your mini twists is to know how long you want to keep them in. Some people want to do them for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It's important to know how long, because you don't want to spend all your time doing twists like mine, but maybe you have an event in a week and a half and you don't want your twists, so you find yourself taking them out. Like, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. If you have only like a week or two, then do them bigger. If you want to leave them in for a longer amount of time, do them smaller. This kind of goes into number 4, which is know what size you're going to do your mini twists. And for me, I tend to do my size based on how long I want to leave them in. So if I know I only have a week, I tend to go for bigger twists, medium-sized twists, or even chunky twists, which I actually made a video of me doing chunky twists on my channel. It's one of my favorite styles because it's super easy, it's beginner friendly, it doesn't take long. I have a tutorial of it and it lasts me a whole week, which is fine. If you want to do them for 2 weeks, then I would say small, medium. 3 weeks, 4 weeks, then you know you're kind of safe to do something small like what I have in right now. I'm gonna be going on week 4 pretty soon and they still look good. Know what size and know how long you want to leave them in for. Number 5, kind of similar, is that mini twists should not really be left in for more than 4 weeks. After that, your hair starts locking for some people, sometimes me even, especially if you're washing your hair like a few times while they're in mini twists. You don't want to even leave them in for the 4-week mark because your hair is probably gonna lock. A week to 4 weeks, no longer. The next thing that you guys should know about mini twists is that there is an uncomfy phase. There really is. I talked about this in my other mini twist video, the pros and cons of mini twists, and you guys really appreciated my take on it, and I was just being very honest. Sometimes having mini twists, especially if it's the start of your journey, can be a struggle. Struggle on your confidence and just how you feel about yourself, especially if your hair is short or you're just not used to seeing your hair in its natural state. It can be really hard. I know when I started my journey, I felt pretty insecure. I was going through a lot of things with how I felt about my hair, my face, my body. It was just a hard time of life, I'm not gonna lie. Specifically the hair journey, it was tough feeling that I looked like a baby with these short twists. Like, I already have a young face, so having these twists in, I just looked like I was 12 and I wasn't feeling it, I wasn't having it. It was really tough, but you kind of just have to go through this phase in order to get to a point where you're more comfortable and you're happier with your hair. It's just like going on a journey with your body and working out. It's going to be hard at first, but the toughest point is at the beginning. But you learn to love yourself, you learn to accept yourself, you learn that most of society doesn't really care what you're doing. Like, you may not get as many like looks or hollers or whatever, but you know, you're on a journey and you're doing your own thing and you're trying to take care of yourself. But it is a journey worth seeing through. I'm telling you, if people say like, oh, I love your twist, I love your hair, it's so healthy, it's so long, it did not start this way. I'm putting myself out there. That's what my hair used to look like years ago. It did not start out this way. There's light at the end of the tunnel, so yeah, but that is definitely something to be wary of that most people have an issue with when starting mini twists. The next thing to know before doing mini twists on your own hair is that they still need care. Okay, mini twists is definitely a low maintenance kind of style. You spend your hours doing your twists and then you kind of sit and enjoy them, but don't think that you have to neglect your hair. You still have to take care of your hair no matter what style it's in. Keep to a moisture routine if you have one. My moisture routine is every 3 to 4 days or so, and I moisturize my hair like normal. Take my products, water, and still glide it over my strands, still pay attention to my ends, still oil my scalp, oil my ends. Still keep to your routine. It's a lot easier and faster than if my hair was out and had a bunch of tangles. But still keep to your routine, still take care of your hair. It still requires touch-ups, especially if you're leaving your hair in for 3 to 4 weeks. I do touch-ups. I've touched up my hair already. I touch up my part and redoing the undersides. So there is some maintenance that needs to be done. Don't think that you could just sit back and not do anything to your head for 4 weeks. That's not the case, especially if you're looking for growth and health from this style. Okay, and the last thing that I want to share with you guys that you should know before you do mini twists on your hair is you need to know how to take them out. The last thing you want to do is do mini twists and love them, but then when it comes to take them out, the day is a disaster. You do not want that. You want to know what you're doing. It's almost time to take out my twist, so let me know if you guys want a video of me taking out my twist or not. The important thing to know is that you should be patient with your hair. Give yourself time, give yourself a whole day, maybe even 2, depending what size you did yours. I know I'm gonna need probably 2 days for this, so give yourself that time. You do not want to rip through your hair. I've done this and I've done mini twists and I've had that phase where I was like, why isn't my hair growing? Because every time it comes time to take it out, I'm ripping through my hair and losing a lot more hair than I've grown. You want to be gentle, patient. You want to use a product that has some sort of slip, so either conditioner or your favorite leave-in or even oils to soften up your hair. You want to make sure your hair is softened and really go through, start at the bottom and slowly make your way towards the top. Another thing you want to know when taking out your twists is just to work in sections. If you're working in a particular section, work on that section, undo your twists, and then detangle. Because if you wait until all your hair is done to go and detangle, it's gonna be a disaster. So go section by section. And the last thing about the undoing process is to just make sure that all your twists are out before you wash your hair. This is all real stuff from experience, okay? I have undid my twists, went in the shower, and then have came out realizing I have 2 or 3 twists still left in my head that I didn't know about. And I didn't realize it until I was brushing through my hair and nearly brushing out a whole twist out of my head because it's like locked up and knotted up at that point. When you're doing each section, working sections, you're really investigating, really detangling, really making sure that there are none left, especially if you're doing them small. I won't be able to see one tiny twist in a full head of curly hair. This is another reason why I say work in sections. And that is my full list of everything that you guys should know before doing mini twists on your hair. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and just more information about mini twists in general. They're one of my favorite styles for length retention, just because I could leave them in for 4 weeks or so, 3 to 4 weeks, and kind of go about my business. I just am able to embrace my natural hair and watch it grow, watch it thrive. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys when I post my next video. But in the meantime, bye!